Hi there, I'm Tom Gerrard, reporting live from Darwin Street Art Festival, and I'm here with Kate from the Darwin Street Art Festival, and we're going to have a look around the city at some of my favourite murals. This city has hundreds of murals in it, and I've selected a few of my favourites, and Kate's going to take me around and tell me a bit more about them. All right, let's go. Yeah, we're out the front of a mural by Aches from Ireland. Can you tell me a bit about this one?
Yeah, so this is also another Darwin favourite. This is like probably the most popular walking path along the beach here. So everyone gets to see this on their morning walk, which is really nice. The portrait is of a Larrakia woman by the name of Denise Quoll. She's actually an artist that has painted in the Street Art Festival as well, which is really cool. And the beautiful thing about this was that Denise came down every day. She put a picnic rug on the grass here under the trees, and her family came down and they kind of sat here and watched it come to life, which was really beautiful. And it's an incredible work of art. There's been like a few festivals that we've had along the foreshore, like community events, and we've put some lights on it that, you know, light up the different colours so the different faces pop, which has been really cool. But yeah, it's a beautiful one.
Yeah, such a master of his craft, like getting, you know, he's created this technique himself, and, you know, he uses different layers and filters in Photoshop to comp up the design. But then, you know, it's one thing to do it on the computer, but then to execute it with paint and spray paint and is another thing in itself. And yeah, the thing that boggles my mind is just getting your head around what each bit is. Once again, like we were talking about with Fintan's painting all those little lines, like this is all shapes and colours, but for some reason he knows exactly how to bring it together.
It's crazy, isn't it? And like knowing, you've seen the photo as well, there's a photo of Denise standing here with it in the background, and like it's bang on. Like I can't tell you how like incredibly well he's captured her.
So does the Darwin Street Art Festival bring out many international artists?
Yeah, we do. It's been going for 10 years now. This is the 10th year, which is very exciting. And over that time, it's kind of evolved. It started obviously with you in the first one in 2017. And that was a collab between an interstate artist and a Darwin artist. And that's kind of how it started. And then as it evolved and got bigger and we got more support behind it, we started bringing out kind of a big name international artist every year. And then we started doing, I guess, like cultural exchange programs where we would get artists that had come from other festivals. So we've had artists from Bali, from the Tangi Street Art Festival. We've had a couple of artists from Papua New Guinea come out and paint. And then we're hoping to send artists back to their festivals as well. And we did it last year with a couple of guys from LA. So we sent two of our Larrakia artists over to LA to paint with, and Eric Scottness out there. And then those boys came back and painted in the Street Art Festival last year, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's another success story of the Darwin Street Art Festival, eh? Is international connections being made.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool, like as you walk the streets, you can kind of see there's like such a cultural depth of artwork. Like there's so many different art styles, and you can tell like all the different backgrounds and the different stories in all the work as well. Yeah.
Alrighty, here's another one of my favourite murals from the Darwin Street Art Fest by George Goodnow, who's a Melbourne-based artist. And I just love the tile work and paintings. It's just the colour palette, like everything. It's a very calming, beautiful painting. Can you tell me a bit more about it?
It's so nice, this one. The painting tiles on tiles. I loved that concept. But yeah, George did a great job with this one, and this was last year in the festival, and they kind of have done this still life on the side. This is a supermarket, and so that like shopping list and the bananas and the oranges on the side of a supermarket is just like a really nice community mural. People really loved this one. We had people coming past as George was painting, and a man came past with a shopping list that had like bread, bananas like on it, and was like taking photos in front of the shopping list. And someone came through and ate a banana and then walked past and said, look, your banana peel looks exactly like the one I just ate, and getting their oranges. And it was really cool, just like seeing people interact with it as George was painting it. But yeah, it's a really beautiful one, and I think it's so fun to have like such different styles of murals in this little area. So in this Nightcliff complex, there's 9 murals in like walking distance, which you'll see some of them as we walk past to the next one. But there's such a diverse selection of artists here and styles as well, which is really cool. It's such a nice little spot to visit when you come to the Nightcliff markets. Just do a lap and see all the murals. There's another really good mural around here too, I believe. Tom?
I painted one around the corner the other day. Let's go in a bit closer though. I want to have a look at the detailing on this bag, and then as we walk across, I just love it. I love the shadows and the lighting on everything. These big long shadows coming off everything. It's just very beautifully lit. So this is a mural I painted last week. And it's of a boab tree, and which is a tree that fills itself up with water, and it's very, very common in this part of the world. And I saw the shape of the wall, and it had this void down on the bottom left-hand corner, and just wanted to work with the shape. I like the fact that nature and trees you can play with. It doesn't have to be a perfect shape, you know what I mean? You can have a bit off center and leaning to one side, and it still works. And I wanted to reference the Aboriginal flag in a way without being so literal with it. And also the sun sets directly behind the wall here, so it's sort of like imagining the wall's not really there. But I also wanted to play with a bit of sort of make it unrealistic in a way, like not really boxy. It's just something I've been playing around with in the studio. When I had my composition and everything sorted out, but I had no idea how I was actually going to paint the tree. And I'm really happy with how the top came together. And then I had to rework the bottom a few times to get it right. And but I'm really happy with how that came together as well.
It looks great.
It's difficult because a boab tree is very grey and it's very flat surface. It's bumpy, but it's not. It's a hard one to bring the detail out, but I reworked it a few times and finally got there.
It is one of my top 3 favourite trees, and I think you've done it justice.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. A lot of feedback from the locals about it as well as I was painting.
Yeah, isn't that fun? It's such a fun, like people coming around, and the people of Darwin, I think because it's been going for 10 years, they've really they really have started to own it and like really get involved and chat to people as they're painting, and sometimes give feedback, hopefully none of it bad.
Yeah. We have here a massive mural by Lisa King. Can you tell me a bit more about this?
Yeah, this is a really interesting one. This was in 2019, so the 3rd year of the festival, and it was when we kind of started going really large scale and I guess like going a little bit differently with some of the artwork and pushing a bit of the boundaries. And the festival director David always tells the story that this was one of the first ones that had people kind of complaining because the dog, you'll notice, has 3 eyes, and people were kind of a bit taken aback by that, I guess. And people were going, I don't know if I like that one, and I guess that's the beauty of art, because we're going, well, you're still talking about it. So.
Yeah, it's like you can see a lot of like mystical references, like the shape and all that sort of stuff. I caught this one in my rearview mirror when I was driving the other day. I hadn't even seen it, and it just stood out to me, that strong yellow background and also the scale of it. Like I don't know how many stories that is. It's probably at least 7 stories.
Yeah, this one's really cool too because you can see it when you're coming in the Stuart Highway, like on the way into the city. From certain pockets of the road, you can just see this on the side of all the skyscrapers, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of apartment buildings along the Esplanade that look back towards the city, and this is always like the foreground of their photos.
Yeah.
So it's a really recognisable mural for Darwin City.
Here we have an absolute banger of a mural by Brisbane-based artist Fintan Magee. He's created his own technique where he paints through glass. guess. What do you call
Yeah.
that glass? It's like the...
Yeah, like the rippled
Yeah,
glass.
yeah. But can you tell me a bit more about this one, Kate?
Yeah, so as you said, Fintan, it was 2024, I think, this one, so a couple of years old. And the two people in the photo are actually Darwin locals, I guess. So Ben Gratt's on the left and his partner Dion, and they're holding an Aboriginal flag and a pride flag. And they go between here and Queensland, so I think they actually went to Fintan's studio and shot this photo for him to use, which is really cool. And yeah, it's a really special story, particularly for Ben, because he kind of grew up in Darwin and is a performer, and so being on the wall of the entertainment centre is like really special for him and a bit of a full circle moment. So that was a really cool one to see the reveal and see Ben and Dion's faces when they got to see it.
Yeah, and the complexity of the paintings, like watching, like Fintan shares a lot of process videos on Instagram, and just seeing how he goes about it, it looks like a complete abstract painting until you stand back. It's like you have to walk across the road and look at it closer up.
Yeah, it's when you get really close to it. I remember watching him paint it with just his like one brush, just doing all these brush strokes, and I was like, what is this going to be? And then the further back you get, it's actually really good. There's like a random platform behind the service station 1 street over, and if you stand on that, it looks really epic.
Yeah. It's almost cryptic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to him about this style of painting, and he said that it's like been a blessing and a curse for him, because it takes him 5 times longer to make a painting, but he knows that the finished result is going to have a lot more impact, so
Yeah,
he commits to it, makes it happen.
Yeah, it's crazy looking at it up close,
Yeah.
knowing what it looks like when you get further back.
Exactly. And even to know to put all those colours together and get it like that, yeah, what a master.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Alright. Well, let's head off and go see some more murals. So Kate, tell me about this mural. It's by the artist Jasmine Crisp from Adelaide.
Yes. So Jasmine painted this last year for the Street Art Festival. It's definitely been a Darwin favourite for a lot of people, because you look at it and you can really see that connection to Darwin and to the tropics. There's, you know, the fresh bananas and the pineapple on the table. There's the really iconic smoothie cup that you get from the Rapid Creek markets on a Sunday morning. And fun fact, it's actually based on a photograph of another artist, Hadi, who's laying on the couch. He was here for the festival last year as well, and that's actually the couch of the festival director's house. So it's a real life couch and a real life kind of living room situation. And every time you look, you see like another thing that reminds you of Darwin and where you are. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful still life.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Jasmine's work, and I love how she mixes realism and abstract as well. Like where we've got the mangroves here, they're all painted abstract, but also the picture on the wall, whereas there's so many other elements that are very realistic. And great use of shading as well, like that whole section under the sofa is really well.
Yeah, when you kind of focus on Wally the dog under there, and that's also the Street Art Festival director's dog.
Oh, wow. But even with that rug, to get that rug, the gradient in the rug, like, that's pretty great.
Mate, it was amazing to watch. She was an absolute machine. She was up there doing the dots on the couch to make it look like it, and it was that like specific fabric. Even the zipper, like, you know, the couch cushions the wrong way, classic.
Yeah. Attention to detail, amazing. Thanks, Kate, for all the information. It's been great to find out a lot more about these murals. And if any of you out there are fans of muralism and want to check out a lot of murals in the flesh, I would highly recommend coming to Darwin, getting a map of the Darwin Street Art Festival from over the years, and there's just so much to see. Like we barely scratched the surface here. You know, we've looked at 5 or 6 murals out of how many?
167, Tom.
There you go, 167 murals.
Hey artist, it's Claire here from the Art Career Academy. If you've been creating for years and you know it's time to go all in on your art career, then Tom and I are here to support you. If you're ready to grow your visibility, build more consistent income, and step fully into life as a professional artist, that's exactly what we help with. Our signature program, Going Pro, is designed for artists who are ready to up-level. We support you with the clarity, confidence, and a solid plan to turn your creative practice into a thriving career, without the burnout or second-guessing every move. At the Art Career Academy, we're all about raising up the art community and showing what's possible when artists back themselves. So to get started, grab our free Creative Cashflow cheat sheet. It's packed with 20 tried and tested ways to make an income from your art. Head to artcareeracademy.com to download it now. Okay, let's get back to the episode.